Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Kevin and I am a YA writer on the path to becoming traditionally published. This week's video is going to be a little bit of a writing experiment, kind of, and I say this week's video, but like really this is going to be a 2-week video. It doesn't matter to you. Really what this is if you know my sister Laura over from her AuthorTube channel, Laura Writes, you'll probably know that while she does review a lot of writing craft books, there are two in particular that she really loves. There's Save the Cat Writes a Novel, which I am a fan of, love this book, I use it for plotting almost every book. And then there's Story Genius. Laura has talked to me a lot about this book. She's tried to get me to read this book for a very long time, and it's not that I have anything against it. I have no reason to not read it. I was planning on reading it. I was reading it, and she was like, hey, why don't you try and plot your NaNoWriMo new novel with this book. Apparently, there are exercises at the end of every chapter that if you do them, they'll help you plot out the beginnings and idea of a book. And while I do have an inkling of an idea of what I'm gonna work on for NaNoWriMo, I'm not 100% sure. So Laura suggested, why don't you use the book? And then she was like, why don't you make a whole video out of it? People would like that. We are going to plot my novel while reading Story Genius. I'm not sure really what I'm gonna get out of this because I've never read it before. This isn't gonna be a review really, so like if you're looking for that, I'm sure Laura has a review on her channel of this. If there is, I'll link it up above and you can go watch that. This is just me attempting to use this because I know a lot of people really like this book, and we're gonna see if it lives up to the hype. And we're gonna see if it lives up to Laura's hype, because Laura hypes this book all the time, like all the time. And I'm just like, okay, I get it, you love the book. We're gonna see, does it work for someone that's never read it before? And that is the pitch. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in and start reading this. I have no idea how long this vlog's gonna be because I'm doing this vlog style. I like vlogs. They're my preferred method of making YouTube videos. I'm gonna do this vlog style. I have no idea how long this is gonna be, so I need to start reading because I've already been rambling for almost 3 minutes. So I need to start reading and start plotting. So far, before this has started, read 3 pages of the introduction. So I have, what is the date? It's currently Wednesday, October 14th. So it's only 16 days till Nano starts. 17 days? 18 days? Something around there. And I need to have this done before then because I'm not even sure, I think I know what I'm gonna work on for Nano, and this is gonna help me decide really, I think. Because as I start to develop this idea, we'll see if I like it enough to keep working on it. If not, I'm gonna have to come up with something last minute. So I'm gonna get reading and get started on brainstorming and stuff. Okay, let's get started and we'll be back. Okay everybody, it is the next day and I'm on page 29, so I haven't actually gotten to the part where I start using the book to plot yet. So I don't really know what's going on plot-wise for me, but I will say that, what's her name? Lisa Cron. She has some very strong opinions about things. Very strong opinions. She basically says that you can't be a pantser and write a good book. But then she also kind of goes on to say that you can't really be a plotter because plotters don't really understand what they're doing correctly. It's a very interesting book, but this is not a review, as I said before. I will say as I'm reading it, I am coming up with ideas for the book, and so that's exciting. I haven't written any of it down though. I need to do that. And I'm only on page 29, so again, I'm not very far in, but I will say that I'm coming up on the sections where I have to start doing these exercises, so that's what I'm gonna be working on. But it is Thursday, which means it's Thursday, and we go live in 15 minutes, so I need to send Laura the link. But this is what I'm gonna be working on for the stream tonight. I'm expecting to probably, I'll get a good amount done tonight of reading. I should probably actually get to the point where I start working on actual brainstorming and story building, and so that's, I'm ready because I have these ideas percolating and I want to know what Lisa thinks I need to do to get the book idea ready. And even though she says that plotting doesn't work, she kind of says plotting doesn't work. I don't know how to explain it. You should just read the book if you're interested. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the live with Laura. Okay, we'll be back.
Hello everybody, it is now a new day and it's Kevin with the stuffy nose coming at you because of my allergies. I am still reading Story Genius and I'm getting to the point where it's actually asking me questions, having me fill out these answers. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Having me fill out answers to these questions in regards to my book and what I want it to do, what I want it to say, what I want the message to be, things in that nature. And I will say that I'm enjoying this section way more than the earlier sections because it's actually finally getting me to start thinking about my book. I am thinking about the main character and what his story is, what he wants, what he's accomplished, what he wants to accomplish, what he's willing to do to get that, versus what is ethically correct, I guess. Anyway, what I'm saying is, overall, I've done the first couple of what if questions, what to do sections in here. If you've read the book, there's what to do, and I'm actually following them along. And the first couple were really short, so I didn't bother recording after every single one. But I ask you what initially sparked this idea, and then dive deeper into why that intrigues you stuff along those lines. If you want, I'm gonna link this below, so if you want to pick it up. But I really am enjoying this section a lot, because it is finally getting me to start thinking about this story. And I will say it's already kind of going in a direction that I wasn't initially planning, but I like the direction, so I'm excited to keep reading and keep plotting. But for now, that's my update, and hopefully the stuffy nose goes away soon, because I just took an allergy pill. Okay, keep watching the video. Coming at you with an update, even though this lighting is weird. It's so interesting because this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I talked to Laura about this, is that I have, like, as I'm reading it, I realize that there's some things that she asks questions, Lisa Cron, I don't know. She asks things in the book that make you think about your main character and their background, and you realize that it's really not something that you can just come up with off the top of your head, like just, I know this, you have to really give it some thought and think about it, and because of that, it was taking me longer than I originally thought. And it's funny because I'm working on a section now, and it's like what the character's biggest misbelief is, and I did the whole exercise yesterday, and I like wrote down what I thought it was, and you know, the whole section that she talks about, like what you should do. And then I went today to go and I sat down and I was reading the next section, and it popped in my head that what I thought was his misbelief was actually incorrect, and that's not what his misbelief is, and that the misbelief is something different. And I think that I just showered and my hair dried weird. Like I have a bump in my hair, and I realized that this new misbelief is like what his actual misbelief is, and it will be a driving force in a lot of him as a person throughout the entire book. As she says, like, the misbelief is the third rail, and this is his third rail, and I realized that I had it wrong. So it really made me realize that I've pushed through this and forced ourselves to like do this in the time frame I originally gave. I could have missed out on that, and could have missed out on a lot of important things that we're coming to a realization of we otherwise would not have. So do not force your stuff out. Okay, I have about a week left to finish the book, and I'm pretty far in, so like it won't be a problem unless I get stuck on another thing that I have to really think about. I just said don't force it out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be done. But I think that I've got a lot of good stuff. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna go to bed. I look so white. Is this how I always look? Okay. Good night. Time for a Story Genius update. Just realized that I'm wearing the same shirt I wore last time I did an update, and I can't get a good angle. Now, it is November 1st, and I know. It is November 1st, and this video's not done. I know, the video's not done. But my plan is to finish today. Now, my hopes and dreams and fancies, whatever, was to finish this video. This video, and finish, what is the word I'm looking for? Planning the novel before I actually started it. However, I don't think that's gonna happen because it's November 1st. My plan for today is to write my minimum words for the day and not go any further than that, because I have had an opening image scene in my head since I very first started this idea. I don't know, that wasn't even proper English, I don't think. But I've had this idea for this opening scene since I came up with the idea. And I'm into the part of Story Genius where you have to come up with a first couple of scenes, and so I think that I'm good where I'm at, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my minimum words in for today, and then I'm gonna spend the rest of today just trying to finish the plotting and planning and stuff. My one reservation is, like I said before, when I was reading it, some things came up that you really have to think about, that can't just be like they're gonna immediately come to you. So I am a little worried that I may not be able to do that today, but I am pretty far in, so I don't think there's actually much more. I just realized you're crooked. Why are you always crooked on this channel? I just realized that I am pretty far in, and I have a lot of the stuff figured out, so hopefully I don't run into anything that requires too much brainstorming that'll take me weeks, because I'm hoping to get this video up tomorrow. If not, I have no idea what video is going up tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my minimum words in, like I said, on that entry scene, and finish Story Genius. I might actually finish Story Genius first, and then if I don't get to the words today, I'll just have to spread them out on a different day. I know that's not gonna look good for my nano vlog either, but you do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's the update for now, and we'll be back in a bit when I can tell you if I'm failing or flailing. Probably both. Okay. We'll be back. This lighting is terrible. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be. I am backlit right now, but I have a headache, so I'm not turning on any lights right now.
I think it's like first day of nano stress. It's causing me to have a headache and it's not fun. So I'm reading Story Genius, going through it, and I actually think I'm gonna be able to finish today, no problem. I was a little worried that maybe I was too far behind to even finish today. But that's not gonna be a problem. Yeah, I haven't run into anything else that's causing me to like take a really long time to think about. Of course, I'm still doing the exercises as I go through, like the what to do sections. So those do take time, excuse me, but they don't take as much time as some of the early ones did, where you really have to dig into your story and really think about the third rail that she talks about a lot. Like there's some things that you really have to spend a lot of time thinking on. And I think that at least so far, the ones that I've been working on the past like hour, they don't take as much of the deep dive thinking. It's more of just a exercise of like, try and come up with this. I don't want to like, read the book, it's good. But she says like, there's, write down these 3 scenes and like write out these 3, like write them, and yeah, anyway. They're good. They don't take, I mean, they take the time to literally write them, which I guess I could technically count those in my word count for the day, but I don't know if I want to do that. But she has, you are like writing scenes and things, and it's just not taking as much time as I was fearing that it might. So I'm in a good place for now. I do realize that I have to edit this video today at some point too, so maybe I'll finish Story Genius, edit this, and then start writing. I don't know, but I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I will say that, no offense to her, no offense to her friend who's writing this book about the dog, it is so boring. And like this, she's like, here's the scene that she wrote, and it's like 5 pages. I'm just like, can I skip this? I don't want to read this. And but the shock, like, why did this scene work? And I just feel like if I don't read it, I'm not gonna know. It's not, I'm sorry. It's not my favorite, it's not my favorite. But I'm gonna eat a little snack because I'm a little hungry, and then I'm gonna get back to Story Genius. Hopefully my headache goes away. I've been like chugging water in hopes that will help, and it's just not really doing much. I don't want to nap today. Like, so much to get done. So we'll see how the next couple of hours go in hopes that I'll have finished it. Okay, be back in a bit. This lighting is terrible. We recently rearranged the apartment, so I'm still trying to figure out a good place to record, and, you know, whatever. That's why the lighting's a little weird. Let's try, maybe? I don't know. Time has come. It is much later in the day, and I have finished Story Genius and the what to do slash, is that what they're called? What to do or how to do? What to do sections. I finished them for my book. I have scenes figured out. I have my third rail figured out. I have the things she wants you to figure out, I figured out. Now, having said that, do I recommend, it's not a review like I've said from the very beginning, do I recommend the book? I still do recommend this book. I think it's really good. I feel like there's a lot of things in it that it had me think of that I normally, I think otherwise I would not have thought of. It had me explore some ideas that I would not have come up with on my own, like things to explore. So I really appreciate what this book did. However, what I will say is, one, again, no offense to the author or her friend, but that book idea, just not my cup of tea at all, at all. But 2, I don't think this is my end-all be-all plotting book. When Laura suggested it to me, she told me, like, she never claimed that this is the only book I'll need to plot. She never claimed this would be the only thing I need to plot. And I still believe that I will use Save the Cat probably with every book I write. To be honest, that is my favorite writing craft book. This is up there with it, but my favorite is Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and I think that that one explores a lot of interesting things as well. But this explores things and has me think about things in a way that that book does not, and vice versa. So I think that I will be using these in tandem going forward to plan any books. So for my Nano book, I think I have the first 5 scenes figured out. However, I can't, like, I have some, she has you like do like the first 3 to 5 scenes and like connecting them, or like scenes. She has you do like a blueprint, right? And I think that I am off to a good start and I'm in a good place. However, there are certain things that she's like, has you like brainstorm in the book that like help you fill in the gaps. But there are things in Save the Cat Writes a Novel that she suggests, Jessica Brody suggests, that I like, that help me come up with scenes. So I think I have like the first 5 scenes figured out, but there are some gaps still that I'd like to fill in. And beyond that, I think I'm gonna use Save the Cat Writes a Novel to finish. So again, I think this book really helped me out, and I'm glad I read it. And I hate to say, Laura, you're right, bit, Laura, you're right. I mean, I really think this is a good book. I think it's a good companion novel to read with Save the Cat Writes a Novel if you're looking for like books to help you plot out, or blueprint as she calls it, your novel. I think that reading them together could really help. So I plan on skimming over Save the Cat Writes a Novel in the next couple of days because I have the first couple of scenes kind of figured out. So I think I'm pretty sure. I say kind of, like she has you figure them out, but like I'm always kind of shaky about my ideas, so it could end up changing. But because I have the first few 3 to 5 figured out, I think I can go the next couple days with writing the bare minimum. The bare minimum, that sounds like I'm like doing something bad. Writing the bare minimum that I need to get by, and then spending the rest of the time on those days plotting out the rest of the book and with Save the Cat, and then going from there. Again, really good book. Not a review though, it's not what this is about. Did it help me? Yes, it helped me. It helped me plot out my book and come up with things that, or blueprint out my book. I don't know why she called it that. My book, and help me come up with some stuff and brainstorm stuff that I otherwise would not have thought of. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the read. And now I need to actually write. It's 6 o'clock, so I have about an hour before I need to go to bed. So if you want to figure out how my nano is going, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you can see how my nano goes, because this video is going to go out before nano video. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button below. I forgot my own thing. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button below. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe button below. Until my next video, I will see you guys all later. Ow, I hit myself in the face. Okay, goodbye.